Hello, my loves, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you are new, hi, hello, my name is Loey, and I feel like I have not filmed in this little spot in my Georgia house in so long. I had a lot of life things happen back to back, and I haven't had any time to sit down and film some videos. I've seriously wanted to film this one literally for almost over now a month since the last Dear David related tweet had gone up. If you guys hear kind of like a running water sound in the background, that's because my brother is currently taking a bath upstairs, and I don't know, the sound is really loud from this room, but this is the only time that I have to film, and I'd rather just get it done and get it out there and talk with my thoughts, because unfortunately I think this might be the last Dear David video for a while. A lot of you have tweeted me asking my thoughts on Dear David. Of course, right as I sit down to film, my battery dies. So anyways, I've replaced that. I've got a full battery now, and we can talk about Dear David as long as my heart wants to, because that's all I ever want to talk about. But a lot of you guys had let me know about the most recent update, which was on February 14th, Valentine's Day. The water just went off. What's continuity? We don't know it on this channel. So on February the 14th, Adam tweeted, "Please don't worry about me. I'm okay and everything will be like it was before." Everything will be like it was before. A little weird, right? And then immediately after, there was another video tweeted of his cats meowing at the camera, freaking out at something in front of them. It's pretty eerie. And then that was it until March 12th when he tweeted, "For everyone asking if I'm alive, I'm doing okay. It's been pretty quiet around here lately, and I've been trying to focus on my work," which I follow him on Instagram. He's been posting a lot on Instagram lately, just so much content. So, I mean, IRL, he's definitely working hard. Of course, I'll keep you updated if anything strange happens, but for now I'm staying busy with drawing and other projects. And then Hannah Moses had tweeted back at him and basically said, "We just want answers is all." And he quote tweeted this and said, "You'll get them." And then he posted one of his comics, just normal stuff, treating his Twitter like his personal Twitter and not just the Dear David hub. It was tweeting about his comic and all of that kind of stuff. And then somebody tweeted to him and said, "Hey, it's cool if you're done with the whole David saga, because you maybe make a statement to wrap it up. I loved it when the notifications popped up, but if it's in the past, I'd like to turn off my notification when you tweet." And he said, "I've said a few times that I'd update if anything happened. I'm not going to start inventing stuff just to keep a steady flow of updates. I promise I'll keep you informed, but if you're only here for David tweets, I don't know what to tell you. I've had this account for 8 years. So then Jessica Robinson tweets him and says, "You at least have a statement about the creepy videos / tweets that seem to be not authorized by you, or authored, sorry, by you." And he replied, "I've avoided speaking on that because I don't have an explanation for it. I wish I did, but they're just as confusing to me." So I think what that's kind of referring to is the tweets where he's like, "I'm okay and everything will be like it was before." What was the other one? "Everything is fine," with the double spaces. He's basically saying he doesn't really know what that was. And to me, if you're asking the question, is Dear David over? I think obviously, most likely, probably not. There are a few loose ends that don't seem to be tying back up in a nice neat little bow. So the things like him tweeting and saying everything will be fine, it'll be like it was before, it's weird because that seems to be one of the tweets not authored by him, but then he gets right back into kind of the way that things literally were before. Like, people seem kind of surprised that he's using his Twitter again for personal reasons, but like, it seems really obvious to me that things literally went back to normal. He started posting his work on Twitter again. You know, he started like using it like his own personal Twitter instead of just using it for David the way it was for, I mean, a large chunk of this year. Well, the last couple of months anyways, since it's only March in 2018, but you get what I mean? Like, it's really not that surprising to me that he kind of went back to normal, but I still think while he's posting his work on Twitter, I still think he's in character because he tweeted back to this girl and said, you know, I don't have any explanation for these tweets. Like, I don't know who they were written by, basically. Like, I don't know what they're about. Which to me seems like Dear David is still obviously going. When he responded to the other person saying, you'll get them, like, we just want answers is all, then you'll get them. To me, it seems like there's still plenty of stuff to come, but right now, I mean, whether you think Dear David is real or whether you think it's a story, it kind of seems like the activity has come to a stop. If we're still sticking with the theory that David has like taken over Adam's body and David is in control now, then what this would probably mean is that David wants everything to seem normal. Like, everyone was freaking out and like saying, you know, like, oh, okay, David, every time that he would tweet something creepy like everything is fine, or, you know, I'm fine, like all this kind of stuff. So maybe he's just trying to instill a sense of normalcy back into the timeline. I don't know. There was a long time with no update. Like, I think the longest he's ever gone without posting anything on Dear David, that was a full month, really. Like, literally 30-ish days of zero Dear David mentions, zero updates, anything like that. I mean, every other time it seems like David's been getting closer and closer, like appearing, hanging over him in bed, appearing outside in the window, writing these tweets for him, like freaking out the cats. So maybe the chase is over. Maybe David really does have him and he's just trying to instill a sense of normalcy. Maybe he is Adam and he's just, I don't know, trying to make things seem like Adam would. Like, it seems like he's definitely been watching him for a long time, probably close to a year now, and he really knows how Adam functions. And maybe that's why it seems so weird to everyone else, like, wow, you've only used your Twitter for Dear David and all of this, and now you're using it for personal use again. Maybe that's why it doesn't seem so weird to Adam, because this is what he knows. Well, this is what David knows, but yeah, so that's kind of all I have in terms of Dear David the story, and I wish that I had more answers. I wish that I had more interesting, like, deep thoughts about this, but to me that seems like the only logical answer, unless this was all real the entire time and he's being serious and he's not gonna make stuff up. You know, but I try to not, like, take Dear David out of the little box that it lives in for me. I try to just look at it as the story. And to me, in the story, the only outcome that makes any kind of sense is either that David has completely taken over or he's just gone without a trace. And that doesn't seem very likely at all, because like Adam literally tried to banish him from his house with like sage and all that kind of stuff. And David was like, no, here's where I stay. So who knows? I am really excited to see where it goes in the future, but in terms of like outside of the story, in terms of like, where do I think this is moving beyond a viral, scary Twitter thread? I really believe that maybe Adam's book that's coming up sometime in 2018, I believe, could have something to do with Dear David. Maybe the book is going to be about Dear David. And this was all like a big teaser, you know what I mean? Maybe this was just the build-up to get us all so hyped we need the end of the story, and maybe that's what the book will be about. I think what would be even cooler is if there was like a show on YouTube or Hulu or on TV. That would be crazy. Or like a movie or something. I think Dear David could make such a compelling movie. But in no way, shape, or form do I think it's over. In no way do I think that he's leaving us hanging. I think we're just kind of getting a bit of a hiatus, and I prefer it. to have a hiatus rather than be too rushed or not make any sense or start to get stale, because a lot of you guys were telling me like you weren't really a fan of Dear David anymore, you know, it had kind of gotten stale to you. And actually him sort of breaking out of the mold and like posting his work again and talking about things other than Dear David, a lot of you guys have kind of become re-immersed in the story and you're like, was this all actually real the entire time? You know what I mean? So I just think it was honestly a pretty smart move, and I'm definitely excited and impatient and ready to see where it ends up next, but I also understand that it needs to take its time and end up where it needs to go when it needs to get there. The most recent like viral scary story that I did on the Twitter thread voicemail, I have some updates to that and some thoughts on that. The Twitter is gone now, whatever, that's a whole different video, but going through that I just realized how much I desperately missed Dear David and how excited I am for it to continue. And we've been really spoiled in last year with a few really good viral scary Twitter thread kind of stories, you know what I mean? As Dear David is my favorite, I thought I would update on it first and give it the love it deserves and let you guys know my thoughts on if it's ending or if it's not. I definitely don't think so, but what do you guys think? Let me know down below your thoughts, where you're at in the story. Where do you think it's going? Where do you think it's going like beyond the story? Do you think it'll stay on Twitter? Do you think it'll be a book, a movie, a show? Like, let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear them. Thank you all very, very much for watching. If you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you guys and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Also, if I'm wearing this top in like another video, I have like a million tops, but I'm just obsessed with this. It's from Torrid. I should have said that earlier. It's so cute. I'm gonna wear it forever. Okay, bye.